20th regular meeting of the Medford City Council, October 17th, 2023 is called to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Present.
Council Carviallo.
Present.
Council Collins.
Present.
Council Knight. Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh.
Present.
President Morrell.
Present, 5 present, 2 absent. Please rise to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Announcements, accolades, remembrances, reports, and records. 23-435, offered by Councilor Carviallo. Be it so resolved that the Medford City Council congratulate Mary Terry on the celebration of her 100th birthday. Councilor Carviallo.
Madam President, if you'd like to join 23436 with that.
Absolutely. 23436, offered by Councilor Carviallo. Be it so resolved that Medford City Council congratulate Rita Tomalillo on the celebration of her 100th birthday. Councilor Carviallo.
Thank you, Madam President. Anytime you reach your 100th birthday, it's a milestone in our community, and both of these women are longtime Medford residents, and I just wanted to congratulate both of them on reaching their 100th birthday, and hopefully we'll be here to congratulate them on their 101st birthday. So just wanted to thank Mary and Rita on the celebration of both on their birthdays.
Thank you, Councilor Carviallo. So on the motion of Councilor Carviallo, seconded by Councilor Singh, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh.
Yes.
President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent. The motion passes. Happy birthday to both Mary and Rita. Records, the tabled records of the
Madam
meeting of
President,
Vice President Bears.
motion to take paper 23-440 under suspension.
On the motion of Vice President Bears to take paper 23-440 in the hands of the clerk under suspension, second by Councilor Singh. Mr. Clerk, please call roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. Yes. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent. Motion passes. The rules are suspended to take 23-440. 23-440 offered by Councilor Carviallo. Be it resolved that the Medford City Council observe a moment of silence in memory of former Assistant City Clerk Dorothy L. Donahue. Dottie was the Assistant City Clerk for more than 30 years and served as Acting City Clerk for almost 2 years after the retirement of City Clerk Joseph McGonigal and before the appointment of former City Clerk Ed Finn. Dottie provided long and dedicated service to the City of Medford. Her presence, leadership, kindness, and friendship will be missed. The City Council's offered its deepest and sincere condolences to her family. Be it further resolved that tonight's meeting be dedicated in Dottie's honor. Councilor Carviallo.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a sad day for our city. Dottie was an icon in our city hall. Many years, I say, long before any of us were here. Dottie's been here, and she's been a rock in that office. Many times she could have been the city clerk anytime she wanted to. She just didn't want to do it. But I say, always a kind face, and always there to help people. And it's she just retired, and it's just a sad day. She's an icon in our community, and she's going to be missed. So our condolences go out to her family in the time of sadness.
Thank you, Councilor Carviallo. Vice President Bears.
Thank you, Madam President. I also want to just send my condolences to her family and also to her extended City Hall family. I know that her impact has far outlasted her retirement, that the vault in the clerk's office is dedicated in her name, and that she served over several clerkships, bringing a lot of consistency and passion to her role. So I'm definitely thinking of her family and also thinking of all those who worked with her who are missing her today and for time to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Singh, Mr. Clerk. Councilor Singh.
I never got the chance to meet Dottie, but when you, I think, look through City Hall, when you look at what's the hard work being achieved here, a lot of it is built on the backs of the greats who came before. And someone like Dottie, whose work has meant so much to Medford and really has pushed our city forward, I think it's an honor to be able to recognize her and to, even if I didn't get to know her personally, to know her through all of you all.
Thank you. Clerk Hurtubise.
Dottie was an amazing mentor and a terrific friend. And she was amazingly kind and very, very funny. And she kept things light in the clerk's office when they were serious, and she made us serious when we were getting a little too light. And she knew everything about how that office worked and works. And she had multiple opportunities to be city clerk. She turned them all down. This is a monumental loss for the city. Thank you. My condolences to Dottie's family, to her friends. We all miss her terribly already, and I find it incredibly difficult to speak of her in the past tense.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And yeah, I'll go to Councilor Collins.
Thank you, President Morrell. I'd just also like to extend my deepest condolences to Dottie's family. This is a sad day for the city. I'll be thinking of her and of her family in coming days. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Collins. And yes, just to echo my fellow councilors, just sending our deepest and sincere condolences and thanking Dottie for her incredible service to the city of Medford and for her family for lending her to the city of Medford for so long. So on the motion of Councilor Carviello, seconded by Vice President Bears, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Councilor Carviello.
Yes.
Councilor Collins.
Yes.
Councilor Knight is absent. Councilor Scarpelli is absent. Councilor Singh. Yes. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, motion passes. Please rise for a moment of silence. Do I have a motion to revert back to regular order of business? On the motion of Vice President Bears to revert back to regular order of business, seconded by Councilor Singh. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears. Councilor Carviello.
Yes.
Councilor Collins.
Yes.
Councilor Knight is absent. Councilor Scarpelli is absent. Councilor Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, motion passes. Records, the tabled records of the meeting of September 19th, 2023 were passed to Councilor Collins. Councilor Collins, how did you find them?
I find them in order and I move for approval.
On the motion of Councilor Collins, seconded by
Second.
Councilor Carviello, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Councilor Carviello.
Yes.
Councilor Collins.
Yes.
Councilor Knight is absent. Councilor Scarpelli is absent. Councilor Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, motion passes. The records of the meeting of October 3rd were passed to Councilor Knight. Councilor Knight is absent. Vice President Bears.
Madam President, motion to pass these records to Councilor Carviello.
On the motion, would you accept that motion?
I'll second the motion.
On the motion of Vice President Bears to pass the records to Councilor Carviello, seconded by Councilor Singh. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Councilor Carviello.
Yes.
Councilor Collins.
Yes.
Councilor Knight is absent. Councilor Scarpelli is absent. Councilor Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent. The motion passes. The records of the meeting of October 3rd, 2023 are passed to Councilor Carviello.
Thank you, Madam President. I reviewed the records and I find them in order. Motion for approval.
Thank you, Councilor Carviello. On the motion of Councilor Carviello, seconded by Councilor Singh. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll. I'm sorry. A lot of writing tonight.
Vice President Barris.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, the motion passes. Reports of committees, 23-416, October 3rd, 2023, Committee of the Whole report to follow on rodent issues. This is where we met with Director of Board of Health, Marion O'Connor, gave us an update and answered some questions as far as the ongoing rodent issues in the city and ways she's working with other departments to address them and just ways in general they're being addressed. Vice President Barris.
Madam President, motion to join all reports of committees and approve after a short summary of each.
On the motion of Vice President Barris to
Second.
join all reports committees and to approve after short summary, seconded by Councilor Carviallo. I will go through that short summary. 22-494, October 10th, 2023, Subcommittee on Ordinances and Rules, report to follow on the budget ordinance. Vice President Barris.
We discussed the latest draft of the budget ordinance. At this meeting, we're going to have further meetings on the budget ordinance. The structure that we came up with was deemed a 100, but we need to work on how long it will take to get to 100.
Thank you, Vice President Barris. 19070, October 11th, 2023, Committee of the Whole, report to follow tree ordinance. This was a follow-up meeting on our ongoing work on a draft tree ordinance. We had an updated version of the ordinance that worked off a previous draft that had a number of edits and suggestions from Acting Building Commissioner Forty. And we had a good discussion. We made some small edits and we reported those out to Planning Development and Sustainability, the Energy Environment Committee, and then Trees Medford for additional comments at this time. So on the motion of Vice President Barris to approve the record, seconded
Second.
by Councilor Carviallo, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Barris.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, the motion passes. Motions, orders, and resolutions, 23-437, offered by Councilor Carviallo. Be it so resolved that the Medford City Council have DCR replace the guardrail at Route 16 and Auburn Street in the interest of public safety. Councilor Carviallo.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, this is the guardrail over by Whole Foods. It's hindering the sidewalk for people to walk over there, especially because that's the only way to, there's a crosswalk there on both sides, and it's been like that for several weeks, and if the DCI can get out there and replace it as soon as possible, it would be a great interest of everybody in the community over there.
Thank you, Councilor Carviallo. And thank you for bringing this up. I think this is perhaps the third time you've had to bring this up. Different crashes each time,
Yeah.
but this is an area
Yeah.
that continues to get crashed into and leaves kind of a path of destruction every time. So thank you for bringing this forward. So on the motion of Councilor Carviallo, seconded by Councilor Singh, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Barris.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, the motion passes. Communications from the mayor, 23-438, to Honorable President and members of the Medford City Council regarding accelerated new growth. Dear President Morrell and members of the City Council, I respectfully request and recommend that your honorable body accept the provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 59, Section 2A, which A provides that any improvements to real estate during the period beginning January 2nd and ending on June 30th of the fiscal year preceding that to which the tax relates shall be deemed part of such real property on the January 1st assessment date for that year, effective as of fiscal year 2025. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 59, Section 2AA is a local option statute that allows a community to value and assess new growth, example, new construction or other physical additions to real property occurring by June 30th for the fiscal year beginning July 1st. This local adoption law, commonly referred to as Chapter 653, allows the community to assess and improve parcels, which ensures the property owners paying their fair share of the cost of government operations for the fiscal year beginning July 1st rather than a later year. If accepted, the vote will take effect in fiscal year 2025, July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, which has an assessment date of January 1st, 2024. Therefore, any improvements made from January 2nd, 2024 and June 30th, 2024 will be included in the FY 2025 tax assessment. Chief Assessor Ted Costigan will be present to provide the council with an overview and answer any questions. Thank you for your kind attention to this matter. Respectfully submitted, Rana Longo Kern, Mayor. We have Mr. Costigan here. If councilors have any questions, I know you were helpful in us to talk to a lot of us in advance and just make sure we understood what was before us tonight, so I appreciate that. But any other questions?
If we get a brief synopsis of
Sure.
of how this works and, the effect it has on the community, that'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So typically, we take a snapshot of pieces of real estate, every real estate in the city for January 1st, and then that's for the following fiscal year. So usually it lags about 6 to 18 months. This would kind of eliminate that 6-month period and would tie new construction and building permits to that July 1st date, which is the start of the fiscal year. So as the paper said, it ties the valuation to the fiscal year. They're paying their fair share of valuation, which is tied to the taxes they paid. Surrounding communities, Somerville, Malden, Winchester, Arlington, have all adopted this. So it's a helpful provision for us in assessing because we do our building permit work in May, June, July, as opposed to going out in December, January, February. So it's helpful administratively that our building permit season doesn't align with our abatement season. So administratively, it's helpful for the staff as well.
Thank you. Vice Bears.
Thank you, and thanks for answering my questions on this before. I just have one more. Is there anything because it's lining up right with the fiscal year where there could be like late properties coming on very late in the prior fiscal year that wouldn't be counted in the new fiscal year?
Nope, it's just it moves up that snapshot 6 months. So if a building permit is filed by June, we'll be aware of it and be able to value that.
Yeah.
As opposed to right now, if a property owner files a February building permit, we can't look at it till the next year, January, which is for the following fiscal year. So it lags quite a bit right now. And I appreciate our conversation before. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, of course. And is it going to change the date at which we set the rate for the coming year?
No.
Okay,
No.
great. Thank you.
Thank you. And if I could, so just, I think just repeating back, as I understand it, what you said and what we had talked about, is it essentially cuts down a 6-month lag time, which helps you administratively, but also I feel like would probably be important in cities like ours, where there is a significant amount of new growth and permits pulled. So making sure we're capturing that kind of as quickly as we can, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. We will get the benefit in fiscal year 25 of having that sort of extra 6-month period, but then we're going to be on a fiscal year 12-month period. But yeah, it's helpful for our office, absolutely.
Great, thank you.
Second.
So on the motion of Councilor Carviallo to approve, seconded by Councilor Singh, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears.
Yes.
Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent, the motion passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, Vice President Bears? Or, you're just saying thanks. Communications from city officials, 23-439, the Election Commission respectfully requests the following be added to the October 17th City Council meeting. 1, acceptance of the November 7th election warrant. Signatures of the council are required. 2, acceptance of police chief designated officers for early voting and election day details. Designated the police chief as a decision maker regarding office staffing at the election polling locations. Chapter 92, Section 72, the Select Board, Board of Selectmen, Town Council, or City Council of each city and town, in consultation with its elections officers and registrars, shall detail a sufficient number of police officers or constables for each building that contains the polling place for 1 or more precincts at every election, therein to preserve order and to protect the election officers and supervisors from any interference with their duties and to aid in enforcing the laws relating to elections. I motion to transfer decisions regarding staffing of police officers at polling locations to the chief of police or as designate for all elections going forward. Motion second, just reading. Just kidding. Thank you for the worksheet. Let's see. I motion to accept the municipal election warrant as written. Does everyone want me to read this, or would you like a brief synopsis? Could you, I'll read, that's fine. Commonwealth of Massachusetts, William Francis Galvin, Secretary of the Commonwealth, warrant for Medford, November 2023 municipal election. To residents of the city of Medford, Massachusetts, greeting. In the name of the Commonwealth, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of said city or town who are qualified to vote in elections at Ward 1, Precinct 1, Andrews Middle School, 3000 Mystic Valley Parkway. Ward 1, Precinct 2, Firefighters Club, 340 Salem Street. Ward 2, Precinct 1, Roberts Elementary School, Park Street, Cork Street. Ward 2, Precinct 2, Roberts Elementary, 35 Court Street. Ward 3, Precinct 1, American Legion, 321 Winthrop Street. Ward 3, Precinct 2, Temple Shalom, 475 Winthrop Street. Ward 4, Precinct 1, Tufts University, Gantry Center, 161 College Ave. Ward 4, Precinct 2, Walkling Court, Auburn Street and North Street. Ward 5, Precinct 1, Mississauga Elementary School, 37 Hicks Ave. Ward 5, Precinct 2, Mississauga Elementary School, 37 Hicks Ave. Ward 6, Precinct 1, West Medford Fire Station, 26 Harvard Ave. Ward 6, Precinct 2, and Precinct 2A, Brooks Elementary School, 388 High Street. Ward 7, Precinct 1, Mystic Valley Towers, North Building Entrance. Ward 7, Precinct 2, and Precinct 2A, McGlynn K-8 Public School, 3004 Mystic Valley Parkway. Ward 8, Precinct 1, Senior Center, 101 Riverside Ave. Ward 8, Precinct 2, South Medford Fire Station, 0 Medford Street. On Tuesday, the 7th day of November 2023, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the following purpose: to cast their votes in the municipal election of the candidates of the following offices. City Council, number of open seats 7, term 2 years. Mayor, number of open seats 1, term 2 years. School Committee, number of open seats 6, term 2 years. Hereof fail not, and make return of this warrant with your doings thereon at the time and place of said voting, given under our hands the 2nd day of October 2023. Posted at each polling location, the library, and City Hall. Going to our election, yeah. I will hand it over to our elections manager at this time. Oh, just 1 second, your mic's not on.
There we go. Thanks. That was impressive, by the way.
Thank
The Election Commission is requesting that you accept the warrant for the election as stated, and it's pretty self-explanatory. At this point, the state does require that the City Council does accept it and sign the warrant.
Thank you. Any discussion on the council? Okay, and that would be both provisions, because there's, okay. So on the motion of Councilor Carviallo to accept both provisions, that would be designating the police chief as the decision maker, and then the municipal election warrant as written. So on the motion of Councilor Carviallo, seconded by Councilor Singh. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears. Yes. Council Carviallo.
Yes.
Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Net is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent. The motion passes. Thank you.
Sign it tonight. The signature required.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Councilor Collins to sign. We can have her come into City Hall or sign it later, but I think a majority is required. So I think 4 is going to be sufficient anyway.
Thank you. Okay, public participation. Is there anyone on Zoom or in person who would like to speak for public participation? Seeing none, before we adjourn, I do want to note that we will be meeting again next week for our regular meeting. On the 24th, we have a slight adjustment to our calendars this month. So we'll have another regular meeting next Tuesday, the 24th. And after that, it'll be 2 weeks until we have a regular meeting scheduled. Do I have? Yes. So on the motion of Councilor Singh to adjourn, seconded by Councilor Carviallo, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Vice President Bears. Yes. Council Carviallo. Yes. Council Collins.
Yes.
Council Knight is absent. Council Scarpelli is absent. Council Singh. Yes. President Morrell.
Yes, 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, 2 absent. The motion passes. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.